Reapers Underground. We hope you survive.
Oh, my demons, my demons. Yes, indeed. It is the first Reapers Underground in my new domicile, my crypt, my dungeon of doom, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And I am so excited to have with me tonight the great writer and director Chris Shern. Got some really awesome movies, one movie that's out already and another one that's coming up, and we're going to be talking about his awesome career. First of all, let me just double check here as I can see people are filing in. Cody, what's up, my brother? Rebecca, what's going on? Bill, motherfucking Russell. You finally got on here, you dirty dog. It's about time. We're going to have to talk soon. Anyway, but this is definitely the time. Share this out anywhere and everywhere. There is a horror lover out there, and they need to know exactly what Mr. Shern has been up to and what he's going to be up to, because it's that damn good. But before we get to all this awesomeness, we're going to take a quick commercial break to our brothers at Villain Arts Tattoos. Check that shit out. That's right. You know what to do. When Villain Arts, the biggest tattoo convention in the entire United States, comes to your city, your town, tell your mama, your grandmother, your auntie, I don't care who, get down there and get a high quality tattoo from some of the best tattoo artists in the country. All right. And as you know, after about 2 months or so, I believe in the fall, I will be making my return appearance there after doing some horror cons. So definitely stay peeled to the Reapers Underground Facebook page to find out when that's going to happen and where I'm going to be. All right, Chris Shern, what is going on, my dude? Welcome. Oh, not too bad. Keeping it greasy on a thirsty Thursday. Yeah. I can't even say it. But yeah, it's a pleasure to have you, man. And I was just watching Evil Lurks about 3 hours ago.
Okay.
And I am a huge fan. Everybody here knows that I love psychological thrillers. And this film really delivers that and more.
Awesome.
You know, I had a couple of preconceived notions going into it, but I was pleasantly surprised to find out that it took so many damn twists and turns. I didn't know what to do with myself. I said, shit, I feel like I'm watching 1970s horror, and I love 70s.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You get it, man.
Yeah, it was like a kind of a nice homage there. Why don't you kind of take us through that?
Well, okay, so Evil Alerts, I co-written, co-directed that movie. We started shooting the movie in 2019. Finally got it done around 2022, and then it started streaming in 2023. So it's a psychological horror. People call it art house. It's trippy. It's got some weird twists and turns. So it's a psychological horror drama film about a woman named Kimberly, played by Amanda Winston. She been through a lot in her life, so she decides to go to a group therapy session to figure out things that she wants to try to unlock to kind of see, help her out in some way. So she goes to a group therapy session and she meets the therapist played by me, this guy named Harold. And Harold's an interesting character. He's a hypnotherapist, and he's going through some things himself. He's kind of possessed by a dark entity known as the Shush Man. Even though his name is never mentioned, the Shush Man, but that's the premise. And
I love it.
Yeah, certain things happen where he singles her out and then he builds a relationship with her, and then he takes her and they have a private group, a private therapy session. So one thing leads to another as he's unlocking the doors. Unlocking the doors in her mind, going through her past, and then all these crazy psychological, supernatural, chaotic puzzle pieces start unlocking within the movie, and hell breaks loose. Go ahead. And it's on Tubi TV.
Right. And that was the main thing I was going to say, because as I was advertising this week, I was telling everybody to do your damn homework. It's on Tubi right now for free, people. No excuse why you haven't seen this yet. Definitely. I mean, there's so many different independent films, but this one definitely stands out.
Oh, man.
So oh goodness, here I got some questions already. First of all, I know, Bill, I was just showing you some extra love. That's what I do, man. Dan Michael, I can't say that last name because I don't want to butcher it. He says, where can you purchase a Vic Effect shirt?
Well, eventually we'll have it available online once we get them. I have a couple of them. I made my own setup, but hopefully by the time we'll get more into that. But sometime by next year, when I'm trying to go to cons and set up my own stuff and then put the stuff out there. But eventually it'll be available online. On my website, KissingCastlesProductions.com.
Yeah, and I need to make sure I get that up there for you as well.
I'll give you more information after the show when it comes to all of that, because I'm getting everything set up. Still working on the movie and all.
Right.
Yeah.
So stylistically, did you have something in mind for how this film was going to look? As far as like your influences.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much put it out there, and honestly, man, that's awesome. And I'm glad you saw it with fresh eyes, and it's kind of fresh on you right now. And I think that's a good thing to see this, especially this kind of movie, to kind of, all right, because it was different. It's really thing to kind of remember everything right away. But like you said, 70s. I Rosemary's Baby.
I got those vibes.
Shining, The Almond, any a hint of yellow type horror stuff. I wouldn't say French horror, but I love French horror. I'm definitely doing a lot of that for the next film, but I'm definitely locked in with a lot of stuff from like the late 70s, early 80s set up, and with the aesthetic and how I color graded it and add the green, all the stuff.
Very gritty.
Yeah.
And love it.
And the absurdly extreme close-ups, and then the dissolves and overlays. definitely, I love modern cinema, but I always go back to. I just love how things were shot and edited and set up in the late set, even stuff in the late '60s horror, but more in the
Yeah.
'70s and like early '80s before the slasher craze kicked in, but more that psychological yeah, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm definitely influenced by The Exorcist and The Shining and Rosemary's Baby and I forgot The Eyes with No Face. I think that's the name of the
Oh,
movie. Yeah, and I forgot what it was. Something with Carnival, Dark Carnival. I don't know. It was,
oh, I know which one you're. Carnival of
yeah,
Souls.
Carnival of Souls. Yeah. So a lot of that stuff just kind of was kind of my idea. So I would expect maybe the older generation of horror fans would probably be like, oh, this is cool. But yeah, I didn't really want I didn't really want anything overly. I call it overly 4K and polished and stuff like that. I wanted something to have more of a sulfur aesthetic. And that was kind of
Mm.
that was the goal I was trying to accomplish with the little bit of money that we that we had to make this movie. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And it's a testament yet again to what you can accomplish
Oh yeah.
on a modest budget. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You're
Yeah.
getting a first-rate acting. First of all, congrats to all the actors and actresses in that film.
Awesome. Thank
I
you.
thought it was very well played. Like, I know it's kind of funny to say, but when your lead actress had lost the baby,
Yeah.
and she was like getting fucked up, getting drunk,
Yeah.
and I'm like, in my opinion, there are few actors and actresses that can really pull that off without being legit fucked up,
Right.
and I just thought she captured that so well. That whole sequence between her and her fiance, I absolutely loved that. And what really kind of put me into that headspace of the 70s was definitely the intro. Intro was so trippy. The close-up moments on the eyes and how you got those shots to coincide with the highs in the music, like rhythmically. Like when it hit a bang, it was like boom, you're right there in the eyes again. And I always loved that about those classic movies because you got to be a really damn good actor that when you get that close up of a shot on your eyes, your eyes have to sell what you're feeling at that point. So it was so damn cool to see that.
It's funny because if you see the behind the scenes of because I do that a lot. I do that a lot. I do a lot of close up eye stuff also with my next film. But what happened was because Savannah Mae, like she's like I think she's almost 20 now, but she made that. We worked on that movie when she was 14. So when I had it, we was in this garage. We set up all this black stuff and smoke and stuff. So I had the camera was right there, and I'm doing all this stuff as I'm in the makeup because I played the sis man. So I played a lot of characters in this movie. So when she was camera set up right there, I was like, all right. Look up, look down, look side, get crazy, blah, go crazy, go nuts, I started screaming at her. So it was like kind of making her nervous and her eyes was twitching. And then I edited the movie as well. So me as the editor, I'm getting all the sweet spots. And then also me being a musician, I made the piece of music first. So yeah, it's pretty much like a music video. So I made the music first and then I connected all the pieces with the eyes and the movement with the music. And then that's when I was, and it's funny, my influence on that was the intro to Seven. It's very artistic and crazy. This was like the Seven intro was like before they did all the American Horror Story stuff. So if you watch Seven, which is one of my favorite, one of my favorite horror movies, horror crime dramas, whatever you want to call it. That intro always grabbed me because it was just like this crazy, trippy, like chaotic thing. So that was another aspect. Yeah. So,
right.
so yeah, that's how all that craziness happened. So it was a chance to take and say boom, 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 and then go into this calm place, you know, after that scene.
And Bill also reminded me that unfortunately we did in fact lose a legendary actress by the name of Shelley Duvall.
Yeah.
May you rest in peace wherever you are, and hopefully you're still knocking them dead, because damn.
Yeah.
You know, working with Nicholson in The Shining, I mean, she was just awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, everything she did, but
Yeah.
that always stuck with me the most.
I mean, I think everybody heard all the horror stories with her and Kubrick. So all that stuff that she had in that movie, you know, I'm not that kind of. I love Kubrick. He's one of my favorite directors. I'm not that kind of guy that try to get under people's skin and get something out of it. But I mean, whatever he had to do and whatever she had to do, I mean, that people is arguably one of the greatest horror movies of all time, or the greatest horror movie of all time. But yeah,
Definitely the greatest ghost story of all time.
Yeah.
Definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
But so, you know, again, out there in the Morgrot universe, Chris did war.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It's got my Wi-Fi today, so there should be no problems.
Yeah.
But you know, it shows all the way through the film, because you're getting those reactions the way you want them, because you're just right there, you know, whether you're in front of the camera, behind the camera, being, you know, making those transitions so smooth. And as soon as Bill and I forgot her name again. You said she was 14 at the time.
Oh,
yeah,
Savannah May.
That scene was probably one of the most epic scenes, I feel, because that was when I said, "Oh, she just became Damien."
Exactly.
And she owned that shit, man.
Yeah.
And how Bill was reacting to her, like, that was just so. Just, you know, 1 minute she's like, "I need you to kill my folks." Next second, "I need you to tell me I'm beautiful." I'm just like, this is maniacal. I love it.
So the character, so Bill's character, like, obviously he's the creepy neighbor, blah blah blah. But the thing that the genius, the brilliance of Bill with this character, because he was a creepy guy, but he wasn't like, you know, he wasn't like, "Hey, pretty little girl," you know, I want,
right.
You know, he wasn't. Yeah, and when Bill was a replacement for somebody else who kind of played a creepy character, and then he had to drop out, and then Bill auditioned for the character, and then when I seriously, I seen a bunch of just slimy dudes, just like, you know, just typical with the whole demeanor, and then when Bill did his thing, I was like, this is what I'm talking about, like he's funny, he's awkward, and he's creepy, and it's like that's kind of what we need. We kind of. Because the thing about it is, I didn't want to play it off into a like, oh, you know, this guy's a pedophile, he's into the little girl.
Right.
I wanted to build something around it. It's kind of weird to kind of make light, not to make light of it, but to just kind of add just an awkwardness to it more than a creepiness. I felt like there was a lot of awkward moments in the movie, and that was meant to be what that was. So that scene with her and you know, with her and Bill, you know, with Savannah and Bill, yeah, I wanted to make it still awkward and make him still clueless, but on the other side of it, you know, when she walks into the door, the way he looks at her, she's like, "Oh, you're in my house," and then all of a sudden, you know, when she say this and that, and like, what? He's all sounded all confused and like, what are you talking about? But yeah. Because we wanted to play more that. So when he got the role, I asked him. I said, "You have any Hawaiian shirts?" Because you know that he's just wearing Hawaiian shirts in the movie. So I wanted something more in that kind of range. So when he did and then the whole licking of the lip thing, that was Bill. He just brought that to the table. And I'm really hoping as you know. I'm happy with what we did with this movie. It's out there, it's underworld. This movie's one of those movies where maybe 5-10 years somebody's gonna watch it and do all it's gonna have this grassroots Bill, and then I'm hoping people see that character of Bill and say, man, you were creepy. Some people say, yo, you was like the creepiest thing in the damn movie, but you was hilarious at the same time. But that's what it's on, and that's why Bill, as long as he want to keep working with me, we're gonna keep making movies together. So I'm glad you brought that. I love it. That's one of my favorite scenes because it's awkward and weird and chaotic.
Oh, it was sold perfectly, and I instantly, it's like my little demon, senses were tingling. I'm like, she's about to control him very slowly. Mm-hmm. As soon as it started coming back and forth, I'm like, yep, she's getting the little demonic possession in place, and I mean that transformation part where she does that transfer of what I call the just like black air or whatever. I don't want to give much away because I want everybody out there to go and watch it. But he really sold that moment that he was trying to resist and change. Yeah. And going over to the folks' house after that. I'm not going to spoil that either, but I thought that was epic as fuck as well. I mean, coolest way to end that. It was perfect. And you even add in a little, kind of, you thought it was over, did you?
Yeah.
I love those. Yeah. They're fantastic.
Yeah. No, it's funny when we did the premiere of the movie, and then that happened. I heard people like I listened to people gasping like, "What? It's
right?
What it is? What?" Because honestly. The movie, the original part of the movie was 2.5 hours.
Oh, so, wow.
Yeah, it was. So eventually, the DVD is out. The DVD is going to come out. I'm going to have physical copies eventually. So I'll have all the deleted scenes that of this version. So this is the final version. Because after we did the cut, we was happy with it, but I don't want to make 2.5 hour horror. Like, give me, 90 to 100 minutes and get it, knock it in, knock it out. So, but it was we have a longer version of it. But yeah, it's a crazy ride even after all of that. It's a crazy tricky ride where it's not a movie you can like mostly pass and do other things while you watching. Like, oh, go okay.
Because I was like, okay, I'm going to watch it. I got an earbud in if I have to, walk away because I'm like unboxing stuff like that here, and I'm like, sorry, sit your ass down. You're going to have to watch it because you're going to miss something. Yeah. And that was one of the things I wanted to tell the Morgright universe about this too. It is a little bit of a longer film than most, indie films go. But the thing is, though, it's like I wanted to say it's like a movie within a movie within a movie within a movie, because nothing drags and some kind of a twist or turn pops up.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, go to Tubi. I know you all out there are watching right now. I see you. So you better watch it.
Awesome.
Oh, that brings me to, how did you even get into wanting to do horror films? Was this something like early on in life you were like, I wish I want to do that? Or how did you get started?
My first horror movie was Friday. I'm 45 years old. So my first horror movie was Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. So I was 7 years old.
Of them all. I said arguably one of the best in the series, in my opinion.
I mean, you can argue.
Shit.
Yeah, Jason Lives is iconic, man. I mean, the first Friday the 13th is about Jason's mom. You know, let's keep it real. Like the hockey mask
Right.
and up to what 3? So
Yeah.
but, yeah, and then 5, 5 is 5 is kind of taking a break or something. But Halloween 5, Halloween. I mean Friday 13th Part 5 and Halloween 3 is like hanging out, going on vacation. They did their thing. Six is iconic, man. And I remember I went to it's this store called Montgomery Rewards. I still remember this, and it was a sale. We bought a microwave. And we bought a microwave, and then we bought Friday the 13th Part 6. So I have a brother. Yeah, I remember this. We bought a microwave and Friday the 13th Part 6. And I have a brother who's 10 years older than me. So you think, I'm 7, he's 17. So he gets the movie, and then he let me and my other brother watch the movie, and I was pretty much locked on. I was pretty much watching horror movies, man, and it was And as far as watching and being entertained when it comes to that, then start getting into film. So I started getting more into doing filmmaking and stuff like that around like 2009 when I was because I'm a musician, so I was always doing music, so that was always taking up my time. So when I started getting more into filmmaking and stuff like that, I'm like, and I still do music as well, but I'm definitely, I'm like the stuff that I'm trying to do moving forward, man. I'm bored. Stuff. And my genre is more the psychological horror stuff like that. But my next film's gonna be a lot more gorier. I got locked into the practical effect. There's a lot of guts and weird and crazy stuff happening with the next. But with this one, man, we spent like $1,000 on this movie, and everybody who came, we spent $1,000 on this movie. 29 actors, and I think 13 or 14 locations with Evil Lurks. Yeah.
On 1,000.
Yeah, because people volunteered, and I composed or helped compose 49 pieces of music in the soundtrack.
That is so much.
Yeah. Honestly, when I broke it down, like, damn, there's a lot of music. But I mean, you slide it in there. It's funny because I wrote a lot of songs like 15, 17 years ago, and I'm like, what am I gonna do with these songs? And then some of the songs had these certain type of things. And when you watch Evil, it's not a full-on bloodbath. It's a dramatic moment, especially with between Amanda and and Amanda's character and Jonah's character, and to which those two are actually husband and wife. They're actually so the dynamic between them. It's funny because when they get into an argument and stuff, they're not used to that because that's not how their relationship is in real life. but everything that answers to them, he actually married and them kissing and stuff. That it was authentic because he's a theater actor, and so it helps that he had a full day to not do anything, and I said, hey, can you play this character? And we took that all those scenes took 7 hours, a whole day to do. So but man, we used our resources. I'm an editor, I'm a composer. I do a lot of different things, so I had to wear a lot of different hats, to make it happen. And if you want to talk about stress, it was doing that, especially when the original cut is 2.5 hours. So, but it helped me so much as a filmmaker going through all of that and everything, because we had a scene where we worked 10 hours that day, and miscommunication. That house that we was in, they was like, y'all trying to do this again? Yeah, we need like 6 more times per house, man. So long story short, we lost that location. So that's 10 hours of footage that we couldn't use. So we at least 3 or 4 times we had reshoots. Yeah. So,
but you guys rose above it, though. It's You know, it's like, the big bad devil daddy himself always says the true art and creativity exists in the underground.
Yes.
You heard what he just said.
Yeah.
It's almost unheard of to be able to get the quality that this film Evil Lurks is on such a small budget, and the acting was so good.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
Right now, so
Yeah,
y'all can check it out. Let me get it pulled up here. All right, check out Evil Lurks on Tubi right now.
Your arrow shiny and sharp, you boldly shot in the dark, singing like a meadowlark. You drew back your bow, your arrow flew too soon under a blood
If that does not get the blood pumping, right there to light a fire under y'all's asses out there to go and watch this film, I don't know what will. Maybe I'll just have to come over there. All right. Because I mean, just the look, the editing is just amazeballs. I was honestly thinking it was like somewhere between like $3 and $5 grand, for a project of this size. And man, just super, super talented, man. I cannot wait to see so much more to come from you.
Thank you so much.
Was that your first official, first release, or have you done any projects prior to Evil Lurks?
Evil Lurks is my first feature. I'm a sound guy. I usually do like boom operator and stuff for like low budget, like independent films.
Sure.
I started getting locked into that around 2016. A buddy of mine, Sean Patrick Leonard, he was doing a bunch of like dramas, like short films and stuff like that. So I was doing the sound design and stuff and music for that kind of stuff. So I made my first short film in 2009. It's like a buddy comedy kind of thing. But
right on.
yeah, it's somewhere on the internet. Then I made like an experimental. I think I got all my. I think most of it's on the internet.
Hanging out there somewhere in the wind.
Yeah. But I made an experimental film called Sebastian and the Machine. It's about I work at a print shop, so I wrote so pretty much write what you know. So I had a location.
Sure.
So I wrote a story about a guy who works at a print shop, and he's pretty much by himself all the time. And he has someone that works with him. I'm just gonna give it away. He has someone that works with him, but it's not actually a person. It's actually the machine. So that's the person he communicates with. And then it's kind of like a print shop meets Christina. Yeah. So it's on the internet. It's called Sebastian and the Machine. And I pretty much the score plays throughout the whole movie. And how I built the score, I used all the sounds and machines in the print shop, recorded those, made the drums out of that. Then I got my friend to come over and play some saxophone and some jazzy type stuff. And the movie, I didn't really think it was a horror movie. I thought it was more of a dark comedy, but people say it's a horror movie. So I'm like, all right. So yeah, and I won an award for that at this avant-garde film festival. Like, I'm gonna send it to this avant-garde festival, and they gave me an award for like best score, and I was like, yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, man, it was that's all. So I've done a lot of short films, and then I jumped into the feature stuff, and at first it was a short, and then it became what it became, and we got ambitious as hell. And I'm an ambitious person. I'm an ambitious person, and I'm an independent person, and I don't like. I just what I love about what you're doing. I'm not in the I like Hollywood movies here and there and stuff like that, but I'm not a Hollywood filmmaker. I know I'm a DIY filmmaker. I give me $20,000, I could probably make 3 solid movies because I know how to edit. I know how to create costumes. I know the Swiss Man costume was a Kylo Ren suit, and then I tailored it to fit me, and then we got this crazy shit. Yeah, I just So it's like, I'm a set designer. I do the wardrobe. I do the editing, the coloring. I write the score. All of my friends are musicians, so I'm like, hey, I need some cello. Can you come over here and record some stuff? And people believe in what we were doing, and the movie's a success because we finally it was held in back with this movie. We got it done. That's what success is to me, because I'm talking to you right now because this movie is out there in the world, and that's giving me the outlet to build. And I built relationships. I mean, if it wasn't and Amanda, she was a replacement as well, and she showed up. And she showed up 3 days before we had to replace somebody, and we auditioned, and then the first scene we did together was the bar scene. Like, that's the first time I met Amanda, and then after that, when we were done shooting, she stayed and clinked up with us, and we ate dinner. And I was like, she's like my little sister now. We've been collaborating for 10 years, 5 years now, and she's the lead in my new movie, Big Effect. So yeah, man, and yeah, when she's stuck with me, I'm stuck with her. I'm stuck with Bill. Yeah. Yeah.
They're not bad people to be stuck with.
They're pretty damn awesome. It makes my job easy as a director because it's a collaborative effort. Like, they, with all the stuff that Amanda had to do, she had to do a lot to, and she's not, she can lock herself into the mood of what she needs to do. She's not a method actor. She don't go into. She's like, she'll go into a place. She say cut. She's like, all right. She'll go back into a place again. And it's easy to work with her. She's gotten used to me because I'm very improvisational. So sometimes I say, hey, let's try this. Okay, fuck what we just did right here on the script. Let's try this, figure this out. And then, she drank a lot of apple juice, so she probably was intoxicated by all that apple juice. All that alcohol she drank, that was all.
Damn it.
Yeah. I think she probably apple juice for a small. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I definitely did get a sense that there was kind of some method acting going on there. I've interviewed so many different actors and actresses, and everyone's process is different.
Yeah.
Some people just naturally can switch their emotions that way. Some of us just kind of go back into the recesses of our minds, and most of the time I think a lot of actresses tend to go for roles that they kind of suit them. You know what I mean? Like, I've experienced something like this in my life or whatever, and they really pull it off well.
Right.
And she kicked ass on that. So
yeah, man. She's like a lot of things, especially with what she had to go through with like having miscarriages and all these other things. I mean, Amanda's never experienced anything like that. I mean, I wrote that stuff, and I've had things happen in my life, with me and my wife, and I kind of glued that into what was happening. And I had discussions with Amanda, but Amanda, you don't have to like grab her and say, you have to go into this place. She knows. Like, when the birth scene, she's never been pregnant, and she was like, let's get sloppy, let's get aggressive. I was just spraying like this water on her face, and she was soaked. She was like, she was
Right.
mixed with the water and the sweating. She was soaked, and I think we did that 4 takes, and he just like was that she just knew what she needed to do in order to convey a woman giving birth, and it's painful and it sucks, and you know,
Right.
this is not a beautiful experience because, you know, long story short, everyone knows me. You know, if people seen the movie, and you know, Harold's a piece of shit, and Harold raped Kim.
Right.
And
But it was implied.
yeah, it was implied. And once again, going back to how we created the setup with Bill's character and Savannah's character, we didn't want to make it overly creepy.
Yeah.
And then with
You don't.
this thing, no, because this thing, I've seen enough of that. And I've seen some, and you probably on the same page as me. We've seen some fucked up horror movies. We've seen some extremely
We've seen.
Yeah, honestly, I just watched because it was free on a screen. I just watched Serbian film, and I said I was going to refuse to not watch that movie. And I saw it, and I said, okay, I saw it. I'll never see it again. It was extreme. There were certain things, but then I'm like, okay, I'm good. Then I seen a movie Irreversible, where it was like a 10-minute straight rape scene. I'm like, yeah. There's a movie called Irreversible. It is on Noah Gaspar. If you know him, he's a French director. If you
know, the thing I definitely noticed about French films, they're about you going through the experience with that person, so that you can really kind of feel it as a viewer.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, it's just like the argument that I still have to this day. When it comes to Friday the 13th, there was no nudity in part 6, and it was probably the best of the series. And the one scene in there was just implied, and thought it was perfect. Nobody gave a shit. You know what I mean? Because that's not selling the film. It's right. You know, the actual acting part of it.
I like you know, you see people, you know, TNA and all that, and that's fine. That's cool. I mean, I sound designed a movie. I sound designed a movie called got the damn movie because it's on Tubi. So I done some sound design. What is it called? I forgot. Okay, so there was a scene where this woman had like this alien baby. She had boobs showing out, and she had this alien baby thing coming out of a cooch. And I had to emulate that with the sound design. And this is when I was living with my neighbor, and I had a roommate, and he was like, what's going on in there? I was like, I'm doing sound effects for a movie, man. It's, you know, 3 Slices of Life. That's what it's called, a Slice of Life.
Okay, I've heard of it.
So that movie's on Tubi. But it was a scene where and it was black, and it was like but I had to, you know, I was like, make the sound and then make the crackling and shit. And, you know, I'm chewing on apples, and you know, he knocks on my door, and like, my mom like, what? I'll make the sound effect, man. You know, so it's that's cool. That was my job, but. When it comes to what we did with the attack and the rape stuff, that was the plan, and when I talked to Amanda and I said, "This is what we're gonna do," it wasn't a matter of like we was limited, so we can't do this and that because you know she ain't. No, that was my thought process is that, and that's the kind of you know I don't want to sound all artsy fartsy about you know smoking my long cigarette pretentious, but I've seen enough of that, and that's not the kind of stuff I'm doing. I'm not really. That's not what I'm trying to convey. Cool. I'm trying to keep it PG-13. I know, you know, we're on the internet, but you know, I'm trying to be. But I just didn't want to, you know, that wasn't the plan to say, all right, we're gonna do this from rookie clothes. It was just a matter of like, you know, when I grabbed her knee, I felt weird. You know, I felt like, okay, you okay?
Sure.
And the time when when she was, I grabbed her and then she got down and she slapped me in the face. That was real. I said, that's one thing I told her. I said, I said, fuck that, hit me. I want you to hit me.
Yep, don't hold back.
Yeah, when you see the outtakes, you do this, and she like do her hand. She's like, and
Oh,
she's like, hey, you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm okay. You smacked the shit out of me, but you don't got the stunt guy, so it's like you gotta hit me hard. So she's awesome, man. I love Amanda, man. She's my little. I call her my little sis. So
right.
It's fun working with her.
I mean, that's the passion. It's the passion for what we're trying to create. That's why we go through probably more than any Hollywood production would ever go through.
Yeah.
Like we go all in, you know.
Yeah.
Bruce Campbell is my probably one of the biggest influences on me next to Sid Haig.
Oh, yeah.
And Bruce literally did every stunt that there was to do in all of those Evil Dead films, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
He hits, he took bumps. That's because we fucking love it. It's
man.
That's why we love so good, you know. So
they didn't have money. They also didn't have money. You know, Sam Raimi could get $80 million to make a movie now, but no, they didn't have money to do that stuff, so they had to do it. There's an adventure. There's this adrenaline rush when it comes to that. It's like people, you know. I think it helps because it helps because we have the resources now to make movies. We can buy, like we shot with HD cameras. That movie Evil Earth's not in 4K. We shot that with HD old like cameras from like 2000, from like 2000, 2010, 2009. And then you know,
see, I love it.
Huh?
I love it.
Yeah. So we
some of that 4K stuff kind of takes the cinema out of it, if you ask me.
Yeah, we just like we you know, at first we was looking for 4K cameras and we need this and that, and then I'm just like, I got a camera, you know. Aaron Hawkins, who co-directed, he had a camera, so we put our cameras together, and then we did our thing, man. We had to make it work, and you know, like when I wasn't shooting, he was shooting. You know, when I had to be a character, he had to take care of stuff. We have people. At one point, Manda was holding the boom mic on one shoot where we didn't have anybody. Like, you got to hold the mic. So it was a group effort. Everybody chipped in. The person who let us, let us stay. Once we got official house to like shoot all the house things, she made us food, and she played the nurse. She played the doctor, not the nurse. She played the doctor in Tamara. She played the doctor in the movie, and she let her use her house. That was the whole house set up with Savannah and everybody else we living at. Everybody chipped in, and everybody did their part. It was, it's you're not gonna. It's rare. It's rare you're gonna get that, even regardless of low budget, big budget. When you got a group of people that's locked in, like I don't know. I'm assuming you've seen the millions of Evil Dead documentaries. They were a family. They had a. It was times where they like, okay, we ran out of money, this and that. All right, we'll be back in like 3 months, and then they had to continue. That's that one scene. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, that's how it works. And these guys are shooting on film. I mean, we shooting digital. We can take 1,000 takes and do all that stuff now. I mean, these guys, this wasn't digital. They were shooting on film, and here's the thing. You talked about Evil Dead. So I don't know if you did notice. It was a scene where you see one of the shadows in Evil Earth. One of the shadows running like the.
Oh yeah.
That was Evil Dead. That's what I did. That whole so I grabbed the shadow, and a lot of those shadows, it was me on green screen. And I'll never show that behind the scenes footage because I'm in my tidy whities and I'm running around, and I create myself a shot. So No one's ever gonna see this belly up in there. So, but that was me running through, and I found stock footage of that kind of Evil Dead kind of scene, and then we did that
Yeah.
scene and I locked that in there, and that was the whole thing. What they do, they get a 2x4, put the camera in, and then the guy, whoever the guy was holding it, pushed him, and he kind of did that whole thing. But it because there was no CGI setup, and they didn't have money. They didn't have no money to do that shit. So they had the 2x4 on the camera, and they was pushing that in to get that iconic. When I seen that movie and seen that scene, that scared the shit out of me.
Oh yeah.
I think that scene alone, and you don't see anything. That's the thing.
That was the creepy part.
You just see that camera busting through the door, and all. That's nuts, man. That's practical. That shit, especially when Bruce Campbell was getting chased and the doors were coming down. I was like, it's hilarious, and it was chaotic, man. It was like, damn, dude. I mean, you look at movies, and that's why I always gravitate back to older movies. When you look at the movie like the thing, the Carpenter version.
Practical as hell.
Like you can put that movie out today and like, wow, the practical great. People can argue with me till they blue in the face, and I respect people's opinions, but
Sure.
I say arguably the greatest practical effect movie ever. I think it's the greatest practical effect horror movie ever, in my opinion. The thing is
for the alien genre, I definitely hands down the same.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite practical effects type horror movie?
Oh man.
It was in the top tier because that was ridiculous. All that shit that they did.
Right.
Yeah.
Shit. The thing is at the top of my list.
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 was really good for that also.
Yeah.
Because of all the, that's the first time you really got to see Leatherface peeling people, taking someone's face off and shit like that. That shit was all practical, man.
Yeah. Dude, here's the funny thing about Texas Chainsaw Massacre. As iconic as that movie, yes, as iconic as that movie is, that's another movie that was implicated things happening. Like when you really think about how violent were certain things going on that you actually seen. The sound design, the way the music and the way it looked, and how you felt dirty and sweaty when you watched that movie. And
big time.
And that implicated. When you watch the movie, it's not like you see everything getting all fucked up, and then when they had the bigger budget on too, they're like, all right, let's peel the skull off, let's peel the scalp off, and do all this other crazy shit. Now we can do this. But I don't know if that was my choice, but it's like, okay, this is what we got to do. So that's what's so classic about that movie, where it's like, you don't see all this crazy gore happening, but it's implicated, or whatever.
And then I can forward and say The Collector.
Oh, yeah.
The Collector was one of the most
underrated as hell too, man.
Oh, underrated as fuck. And then the second one got all the praise. I'm like, whoa.
No, I see
talking about
cool,
to make a different jigsaw. To me, when The Collector came out, it was independent as hell.
Yeah.
Okay. But damn it, when he was doing those contraptions on all those people, you could feel the hooks go in. Any of those crazy booby traps that he had throughout the house. Oh, like when he nailed the daughter and her boyfriend.
Yeah.
I said, ooh, that's why you don't ever get it on during a horror movie, because you're gonna get stuck the way you don't want to.
Yeah, man. I'm never making a movie like that because I like to be realistic. I'm like, girl, you hear this people, we ain't fucking.
Right.
Nothing happening right now. So I know it's in the script. We ain't doing that. We gonna figure something. Like I want someone to hear a creak and say, nope, we ain't doing it. It's weird. I get that's the industry standard of horror movies, but nah, I want to make something realistic, but that movie I laughed like 5 minutes because I'm like, you ain't getting me. I'm like, I'm out.
Right?
That's why I wrote a movie. That's why I wrote a movie with technically I don't even know. Harold, something happened to Harold. I don't want to give it away, but yeah, always the whole thing like all black people always dying in horror movies and stuff like that.
Oh no.
Yeah, so but see, watch the movie Evil Alert, but you see the twist because I help write the movie, so I'm like, this is what I'm gonna do. This is how we're gonna set this up. Where is he really dead? Got him. Got him. Yeah. So.
I want to make sure that we, before we end for the evening, we definitely got to talk about this one. Vic Effects. So it's been lurking throughout the entire interview. So let's kind of give everybody out there in the More Right universe a little bit of a glimpse into what we can expect from this one.
Awesome. So Vic Effects. This is the newest. This is my movie from Kitchen Castle Productions. I wrote, directed, edited. I played a couple of monsters in the movies and killers because I love playing random dress up and stuff like that. I'm not really acting. It's like fucking people up. Yeah. So Vic Effects, starring Amanda Winston, co-starring Bill D. Russell. Amanda Winston plays Victoria Paulette. They call her Vic. She's a Foley artist. A Foley artist is someone who creates sound effects for movies. But she creates sound effects for she creates sound effects for horror movies. So she's a up and coming Foley artist out there in the independent horror world. So she creates sound effects or whatever. So Bill's character Milo Kemp, he comes to her studio and asks her, I really like what you're doing, and I want you to be a part of this movie that I'm working on. I want you to do sound effects for it. The previous person who was doing sound effects for the movie is actually Vic's idol, this guy named Thomas Raven, played by Dennis Greenfield. And the only time you see Thomas is old interviews. So the movie is kind of a mockumentary / anthology / psychological. So Milo asked Vic to do sound effects for this movie. He's like, oh, absolutely. Like, yes, I look up to Thomas Raven and what he did. And he passed away, so it's like, I'll take over what he's doing. So he gives her the footage, this crazy, weird kind of movie. And doing all these sound effects for the movie, and then one thing leads, to make long story short, one thing leads to another, and all the things she's building within the movie is coming into her reality. So she's creating these sounds, creating these pieces of things that's happened to her that she's unconscious about, and then everything started coming full circle. So yeah. So
nice.
I pretty much made 6 short films for her to do sound effects for within the movie. And then one of the characters in the movie, her name is Caitlin Stack, who's another phenomenal actor. She's fantastic. She's also my little sister. She's playing 4 different characters in each of the short films.
Oh, hell yeah.
There's a link between what she's doing and how she's doing things with the characters, as well as her relationship with that and Vic and Milo and Thomas and everybody else that's involved with everything that's going on. So it's a different kind of movie. A lot of people would say it reminds them of a movie called Barbarian Sound Studio. It came out in 2013, I think. It's a little bit different because you see the guy making the sound effects, but you just hear the sound. You don't see the visual. So I'm cutting, and once you show the trailer, I'm cutting from her doing the sound effects to cutting back into her working on the movie. So you can see the process of her doing stuff, and then all of a sudden it cuts to the movie, and then you can see the full blast of sounds and music just drenched into that scene. So we kind of jump back and forth with that. And most of the movie takes place in a recording studio.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, write what you know.
Yeah. Right. I can get my hands on. That was my in this one. So it was that because I use a lot of practical effects as well. So yeah, man, it's a movie about making movies. If you're in the gothic horror, we got it. If you're in the slasher horror, we got it. If you're in the psychological, experimental, crazy, like science fiction type horror, post-apocalyptic horror, we got it. We got robots, we got cyborg, vampires, creatures, serial killers, mass killers. Yeah, we got everything in this one. And the movie is the movie's gonna end up being like an hour and 40 minutes total.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh shoot! I mean, that's gonna definitely hit fans of just about every genre of horror right there.
Yeah,
so I mean, that sounds like a recipe for success to me.
Yeah, I'm trying. Like, I know where I stand in the type of films I want to make, and then on one side, from the artistic standpoint, doing what I'm doing from a marketing standpoint. Because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take because if I would have fully edited all these short films, the movie would have been 2 hours long. So what I'm gonna do is re-edit all the films and create an anthology like Elvira type of movie. So I'm pretty much gonna make a short feature film with the short films or a long short. So I'm gonna get someone, I'm gonna cast someone as an Elvira type character, and she's gonna introduce all the movies. So I'm not able to edit, so I'm not able to edit all the movies. So I pretty much got enough footage to make another feature or a long short film. So maybe be 35 minutes, or a short film that would be like 60 minutes or something like that.
Hell yeah!
So that's the plan. And I'm also they're also in a way they're short films, but they're also concept. They're also like what's the word I'm thinking of? Like they're
like a sizzle reel or proof of concept.
Yeah, it's like with the vampire and the cyborg concept that I got in the movie. I'm gonna create a feature film based on
that. Sounds awesome.
And I'm gonna use a Romeo and Juliet type of twist to that. So I made this 4-minute short film. Once again with a married couple. So I'm like, you gotta kiss each other, and like, yes, okay, cool, perfect. So
okay.
Yeah. So I got this film within that for Vic Effects to work on that, and then I got another, and then I'm working on it's this other character in Vic Effects with a red mask, and we call her Red. It's a her. We call her Red Face. So she got this red mask, and there's a lot of it's probably gonna be more science fiction horror type stuff, like grounded Cronenberg type of science fiction.
Yeah.
And that's in Vic Effects. So my goal is to try to create my slasher type film. So my goal is to try to create my anthology of that. So that's kind of where I'm going with that concept within Vic Effects. So I'm creating Vic Effects universe. That's the beginning stage. And then when I present the short films in an Elvira type of, type of movie, I'm doing that. And then I'm gonna take at least probably 2 or 3 of those short films within that, and then make features into that. But the Red Face character, I'm hoping I can do an anthology. I'm hoping I can do a trilogy setup for that.
Oh,
because
yeah.
You don't see a woman mass killer. Like and people who know me and I work with, I like working with female women. I love working with women actors, not because of this and that. I just something where I go with what I'm trying to do just kind of makes more sense to it clicks with what I'm trying to do with them. And then making a slasher kind of killer type thing. It's kind of like cool. I can make a big mask guy and do like that, but it's been done before. And I'm not trying to be like, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel, but
Reality.
got the toss in my head, and I got the right actors who would go that route. So
Right.
like Amanda is amazing. She's a great voiceover. She's a great voiceover actor as well. She does voiceover for like commercials and this and that. And you see her. She's a nice, she's a beautiful person inside and out. But she want to get grimy, man. She want to do horror movies. She I want to be sweaty. I want to fucking kill somebody. Fuck some shit up. She's brutal in this. She's brutal enough, especially in what she's doing. And when you see what's gonna happen within what she's doing, especially with the sound effect, that kind of builds up. So I work with her, and then with Caitlin Stack, she's also phenomenal. And I pretty much told them they're gonna take turns playing fucked up characters in the movie. So you play the good guy in this one, you play the bad guy in this one. Amanda plays the bad guy in this movie. So yeah, but yeah, man, that's so yeah. So long story long, that's kind of what I'm trying to build a universe. I'm not just trying to make movies, and so I'm adding all these different elements.
Smart.
Yeah.
It's like writing a book.
Yeah.
In the ways when you have a story that can go from one and lead to the next. I mean, we were all Tales from the Crypt fans. The stories that you're afraid to read in the dark. So let's definitely take a quick look at the teaser for Vic Effects. Check that shit out.
So, I will see you soon. The way the light sees the dark, and the dark sees it.
Man, so much going on there, so much cool stuff. So we'll definitely be looking forward to checking that out. Again, don't forget, everybody out there in the Morgrot universe, that you can see Evil Lurks right now for free on Tubi. Guaranteed banger of a film. It's going to take you places, and it's going to make you question what you're seeing and how it's going to turn out. So I want to thank you so much, Chris, for joining us tonight, man. It has definitely been an honor. I cannot wait to see what you got coming up next, because you and I, we have a lot of the similar taste, and I'm always looking for a job.
I mean, hey man, I'm always looking for people to. I don't really do auditions. I build relationships. So man, if you
kind of how.
If you fuck with EchoStar, man, if you fuck with EchoStar, I fuck with you. So it's like, I love Ann, and I know I can't wait to see you just rock it out and Corn Zombies, turn into Corn Zombies, man. So
Yeah.
Love the first one. So yeah. So shout out to Ann and EchoStar. They get this shit done. So, but yeah, shout out to you. Appreciate you bringing me on here. So the thing was called Proof of Concept. So I'm making Proof of Concept.
Yeah. Proof of concept.
Proof of concept. So yeah, man. So yeah, we rocking out. We rocking out Vic Effects. We're gonna do a crowdfund hopefully by late summer. We're in post production now, so there's a lot of shit that we're trying to do. We're doing some crazy visual effects, and I got my team, taking care of a lot of that stuff and the score. Man, it's I can't wait to show I can't wait to show the official trailer as well. We're getting it in, man. We're getting it in, brother.
For that.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that I campaign like no other actor does. So when this Indiegogo does go up, I will definitely be pushing that across all of the socials, Reapers Underground, Facebook page, Black Flame Entertainment, and Morgrot Entertainment, all the way around Instagram. You guys know my shit. I don't even have to tell you anymore. But I will definitely make sure that I help to push that because I believe in what you're doing, man. It's cutting edge. It looks amazing, and it's really just a pleasure getting some of that old school feel with brand new fucking ideas in this day. Because I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. Hollywood, you're dead. Sorry. Film is where.
Yeah, man. I mean, no filmmaker has any excuses at all to not make a film. If you're not making a film, I usually kind of keep it chill when it comes to that. I'm passionate about it. If you're not making a movie, that's on you. It ain't got shit to do with anybody else. I made a feature film for $1,000. So if I can do it, I mean that's it, dude.
No excuses whatsoever, and
no excuses.
You'll see what we're talking about. I mean, if you didn't catch it from the trailer, man, you're gonna be like, no fucking way he did this for $1,000. Yeah. That's what passion, talent, and P4 ambition will get you. And that's why we do what we do. We do it for y'all.
Yep.
We make a film that is going to take you places, take you out of your comfort zone a little bit, and you get to step out of the menial parts of life at the same time. And that's what's last about today's horror films.
Yeah, horror is fun. It's like it's that darkness and all that stuff that's in that. That's fun. It's not going out into the world and shit is and crazy and all the stuff that's going on in the world. People separate that. We don't us who love horror in the way we do. We go to conventions and we meet our icon, our favorite actors in famous horror movies, and we do all that. We wear the shirts and all that stuff. That horror fans are the nicest people that you would ever meet. Period.
Oh man.
Period.
Unbelievable.
They're dedicated. It's still some nutty buddies out there, but it's a beautiful community, and that's why I gravitate to it. Like horror is fun. It's fun and it's therapy. That's my therapy. Everybody have certain ways of like watching horror movies, creating. That's my therapy. The darkness keeps me sane. Put it that way. So it's like, yeah, man, we're in that, we keep it in that world. We don't bring it out into the real world. That's where we at. So I love this community, and this is where I lay my head. Like some of my favorite filmmakers are, low budget. Check out the Addams Family. And I always bring them up because I love John and I love Toby. Check out the Addams Family movies. They get The Deeper You Dig, Where the Devil Roams, and Hellbender, and they're coming out with a new movie called Hellhole that's going to be on Shudder next month. So check those guys.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, they're a DIY filmmaker based out in the Catskills in New York, out in the mountains and rivers, and they a family. They have 2 daughters and a husband and wife, and they make fantastic fucking movies. And if you could get in touch with them and interview them, that would be fantastic. They're phenomenal human beings. They make fucked up, awesome, weird, artsy ass horror movies. So, yeah.
I'll definitely.
I love them. So yeah.
Chris Shern could do with 5,000 on his next film. He's building a brand, and I'm thankful to be working with him and cast and crew. Hell yeah. It's awesome to hear. Okay.
He take care of my business, yeah. He's my producer, so he takes care of my Yeah, I'm building. I tell people I'm building a mom and pop ice cream store. I'm not trying to be Baskin Robbins. I'm trying to. I got a little team, and I'm just trying to build.
You and me both.
Yeah. But yeah, but like I said, if you trying to get into acting, man, I mean, let's have a conversation after the show and talk about different things and like what.
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me. I've got quite the IMDb going at the moment.
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, yeah, you got to build that shit up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to build my little empire, man. And it's funny because I was looking at you. Yeah, the cyborg vampire concept.
Ooh, man.
I can see either you a cyborg or a vampire. We're gonna figure that out.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm getting it in.
Christopher Lee was my favorite Dracula of all time. Hammer horror. Yes.
He should be everyone's favorite Dracula.
Could be. Yes. I say it all the time. I'm not trying to take anything away from Gary Oldman, but damn. Sir Christopher Lee, he had the look.
Yeah. But
he played the role as he should. He didn't give two fucks about nothing. He's like, get over here. And if you didn't, he hadn't grabbed you. Yeah. You know? Not this, I've been searching for you for millions of... Fuck off. No. Come on. Yeah, Dracula was... Vampires are not romantic people.
Yeah. And like the vibe that I'm looking, the vibe that I want to try to convey. I'm not trying to be like Underworld meets RoboCop.
Right.
I'm trying to this gritty groundedness. Like first of all, I don't have that budget to make something like that. So when I tell people about this cyborg, vampire concept, they're like, man, you need a lot of money. I'm like, once you get what I'm trying to do, I'll figure it out. And that's what I'm saying, man. I don't make excuses. I don't make excuses. Right. I try to get shit done, and then I go from there. And that's all we're saying. And then when you got people you get it in, man.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to come to the Underground and share a little bit of your light and brilliance in this industry. And like I said, the Underground is the home for where great artists deserved to be seen, heard, and, anything to help spread the word of the good works that you're doing. And thank everybody out there in the Morgrot universe for tuning in tonight. Don't forget, Carnage and Reaper's Backyard Horror Barbecue is on tomorrow night as we are discussing Wolf Cop versus Werewolves Within. Who's going to win? I don't know. You'll just have to tune in. Bring wings. And then, of course, don't forget the goddamn program on Saturday. If you are ready to blaspheme, if you are ready to have the chaos put upon you and laugh your ass off at the same time, show up for the variety show that is blowing the internet up right now. And if you haven't seen it yet, you might want to. All right. So, man, thank you so much. I wish you the best for all the new fans that you have made tonight and those that tuned in for you. What is your lasting message for them?
My lasting message is believe in yourself. Fucking have a good time in life. Nothing's guaranteed. Horror is fun. I love you. Let's keep getting shit done. Peace.
Humble as fuck as always, because everybody in the Underground is, and you won't get that from the mainstream. So just remember, Evil lurks on Tubi right now. It's free. Go check it out. Chris kicks ass in it. The whole cast is phenomenal. And as you have, visions of just the most chaotic psychological mind fuck of the world going on in your mind, you just must remember to always stay heavy.